So now we have uploaded our code to GitHub. The next thing we want to try is to download it again. Well, that doesn't really make sense because we actually do have the code on our machine. But let's imagine that we are a new user and we want to download the code that we or another person have uploaded to GitHub. So the first thing is that you'll open the GitHub account and the right repository. Then you'll see this green button, clone or download. A lot of people, they go and download a zip because that's easy. You just click it and bam, you get a zip file with all the code in it. There you are. So we can go here and we go to downloads, and there we have it, our hello master or hello package master zip. If we look into it, it's all there, right? And you can see it's been they've added this master on top of it. That's because it's the master branch, right? But this is not the best way to do things. Instead, you want to actually clone it. The difference between cloning a repository in Git and downloading the zip file is that with the zip file, you just get a snapshot of what it is that you're looking at here. You don't get the possibility to update, and you don't get the possibility to push your own changes to this repository. By cloning here, you will clone the repository onto your own computer, and then you'll be able to make changes with Git and then upload them again. So what you can do is that you can highlight this, of course, but you could also just click, bam, now it's been put into your clipboard. So we can go back to our terminal here. And now I'll try and clone it in another place than in our ROS Catkin workspace. Usually you would clone it into your source folder in your workspace, but we already have something there. So we'll just make a temporary file here, a temporary folder. The next thing you do is that you call git clone, and you input the URL of the Git repository, and then basically it's just cloning into it. So now if you look here, you have the package. We can even open it up in the Explorer here on the temp. You have the package and you have everything. And remember, we also have the Git repository. So now you actually do have the possibility to change something here and push it back up. So this is how you actually pull from GitHub. GitHub, they try to enforce that everybody puts in a README in their repository so that people understand what it is that they just found here on the internet. So we could try and put in something here. And this is a markup file. If you're interested, have a look at how the structure of markup or markdown works. ROS package hello pkg. This is a test. Okay, so this is just something you can write in the web page of this, and then you say, okay, I want to commit this new file that says create readme markdown, which is also all fine. You can commit directly to the master branch. Let's do that. Commit new file. Bam. So now you see we have two commits now, and if you look at it, see we had the first commit, and then the next commit on top of that was create the readme markdown. If we go back here, we'll now see that we can, if we look into the hello package, there's no readme file, but you can pull these changes. So you can say git pull, and because there's only one remote, of course, I need to go all the way into the folder. Git-remote. You'll see that we have the origin that was set up when we cloned from GitHub. So we'll call git pull, and because there's only one remote, it'll pull from that one. So what we saw here is that it found some objects in the origin, and it's just adding some extra to adding something to this file that's called readme. So now if we have a look in the folder, now we have the readme markdown file, which is perfect. So this is the way that you can change things, but you don't necessarily need to change it online. If I go back to my Visual Studio here, remember, now this is possibly confusing. This is the old one. As you can see, there's no readme here. So we could go into the source control here, and we can say refresh. Oh, sorry. Of course, pull. So now we'll pull from the origin, and yes, let's run parallel. So when we're fetching, we're just updating whatever's there. Okay, so we can go back and say, there's the readme. And we could even continue writing on this file. This is a test, but it is very effective. Right, save that one. Go to the Git. You can see now it's an M. It's been modified. We'll stage that change. Update readme, and we'll commit it. There, it's committed. Again, it is not up here yet, right? You can see the readme file. It's just still, it says this is a test. So going back, we need to push this, and because there's only one remote, it'll push. You can see down here it's working, and we are one ahead of the remote. It takes a little while for some strange reason. Oh, that's my mistake, sorry. I forgot that I need to put in a password. There we are. So now it's been pushed, and if I go back up here, and of course I need to reload, you can actually see that the README file has been updated. Right? So this is the push-pull thing that you do if you have a remote, which usually is GitHub or GitLab or some other online repository.